After the past year and a half, both employers and employees are rethinking the idea of working remotely.
I 100% think that remote work can be beneficial for everyone. However, I will say with the caveat that it takes a big shift in your perspective to actually be able to do it successfully.
Entrepreneur coach Bree Seeley actually used the pandemic as an opportunity to change her life, moving from Manhattan, New York to Tulsa, Oklahoma while working remotely.
So now is kind of the perfect time to take a leap, experiment, adventure, do something different.
And now she's helping us learn how to reevaluate your life and decide if working from home works for you. First, you have to define your values.
If you look at it, we all start by striving for the same things. We all want or think we want the career, the money, the house, the car, etc. But what happens to most people, and then when they get them, they realize that's not actually what they want.
So think about what matters to you and what your goals are. Then you can shape your life around them.
You have to get really honest. What do you want and why do you want it?
Do you value family time, time with pets, freedom from a 9-to-5?
So give yourself permission now to do the work, to define that for yourself, and then go create it.
Next, you have to develop good habits.
There's a lot that goes into developing personal habits every single day, knowing how you work best, what you need.
Because if you're not in an environment where someone else is telling you what to do and when, you have to learn to take charge of yourself.
And while I believe that everyone can self-manage them, I don't necessarily believe that everyone has the skills to self-manage them from the get-go without making a decision to cultivate and hone those skills for themselves.
And that may mean you're not meant to work remotely. Finally, you break the mold.
So many women have left the workforce during the pandemic and are continuing to plan to leave the workforce even in the coming months and years, that I really think that now is women's time to just kind of take a stand and say the old way never really worked for us.
Because the old mold is changing and we're realizing there isn't one way that works for everyone and every job.
And I'm going to give myself permission to create a path forward that is aligned for me rather than trying to fit myself into a mold that isn't my mold.
That may mean a new job, talking with your employer, or starting a new venture all on your own.
I think, again, it comes back to really knowing yourself and having that clear vision of what's important to you.
Making work for you is on the top of the list.